He hopes to have him going. At 157 pounds, we start with Chase Saldate up against Zack Rotkvich, who's in for Braden Lee, who's sick. And I'll tell you, it's going around the Midwest, and it's affecting a lot of teams, the sickness. And so Saldate gets it going early.
Yeah, no surprise Chase Saldate getting back to his offense. Such a slick guy. I mean, he's really got a full arsenal, and you saw that slide by right there. It's quick. I mean, that was too quick for us to even call, but great job there by Chase.
A lot of good wrestlers at 157, but I'm a little surprised by the 21 ranking there, because Saldate, I just really think, is one of the guys that has a great chance of being on the podium.
Yeah, and what Chase does so well, I got the pleasure to wrestle him over the COVID years, is he's just so patient in a lot of positions. And, you know, he's really crafty, as you see here, jumping through the leg. You know, a lot of guys don't really expect what he, his arsenal, and he's really good from this position. Look for him to get a cradle, but spins around there and collects a three-point takedown.
Another takedown makes the score 6-1 for Saldate. The threat of that cradle made Rotkvich just give it up.
Yeah, and that's what he does so well. He's so surprising with his top offense. You know, he can really cradle you from everywhere as he's working that arm bar. And I think what makes Chase so special is his top wrestling, as we see right here. He's going for that chicken wing and bar. But Rotkvich doing a really good job defending it.
Yeah, Rotkvich turning his chest away, making sure that if Saldate was to turn it, quite likely he'd get called for potentially dangerous.
Go to your half side. Go to your half side.
Yeah, and some would say Chase, he was just a sliver away from becoming an All-American. And, you know, watching that match back in Tulsa, close match, and, you know, like you said, 21 really doesn't really stand out, because you think he's one of the top guys in the Big Ten at 157.
They did stop that. The official stopped it for potentially dangerous. They go back to a new start. Saldate out of Gilroy, California.
Head up, head up.
And he's doing a really good job keeping that forward pressure. And you've seen this change, I think, a lot this year, as he's been doing a really good job of forward pressure and riding tough and not making as many mistakes. As you go back and watch that Andonian match back at NCAA, he's kind of tried to jump to a cradle, went over top, ended up losing the match. But I think he's doing a lot better job this year being more technical and fundamental.
Build up, build up.
As you said, a lot of pressure on Rotkvich by Saldate in a smothering ride here.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's a tall task. You know, you wrestle Braden Lee in the room, so obviously, you know, he's got the training, but, you know, coming against a guy like Chase Saldate is no easy task, but he's doing a good job, you know, fighting, hasn't given up any back points, which is rare for against a guy like Saldate. So Rotkvich is doing a really good job fighting here in this first period.
Improve for me.
Coming down to the end of the first period, Chase Saldate out in front 6-1, well over a minute riding time now. 2 early takedowns, and they'll go to the second period.
Green.
As I said, Saldate out of Gilroy, California, Gilroy High School, coached by DC
Where you at, Green?
Daniel Cormier.
Green says bottom.
Early on by Greg Varela, who's now the coach at Los Gatos and doing a nice job
Stay
there.
set and hold
So
there. Red on him.
Saldate coming from great wrestling, great training, great tradition.
And a lot of people don't know. Oh, it's another great shot there by Chase, is that he wrestled with Khabib Nurmagomedov, the undisputed, undefeated MMA champion. So Chase has wrestled with pretty much anybody and all over the
Out
world.
3, Green.
So another takedown by Saldate, but you could see that, Tim. It's just, that's the level that you're looking at in the Big Ten and in the top rankings.
Red, escape.
You know, being able to score off an escape like that so quickly. I mean, that's the margin that you're going to need to become an All-American.
You know, even when you were wrestling, I'm sure the coaches told you, I just don't understand why you aren't right back in after an escape like he was. And you got to get your, I guess that happens from being in the practice room and practicing that all the time.
Yeah, and I think one thing for Chase is just being more consistent. You see that kind of over the years. You have some losses where you scratch your head, and then he has some big wins. So, I mean, if he consistently wrestles like this, his name is in the conversation at 157.
Out front, 13-2 now. Saldate, no question, looking for a tech fall, trying to get that. And he's going to get more than there. There's the fall. by Saldate. The 6 points on the board for the Spartans, and Roger Chandler likes the way it started out there. And there's going to be, unfortunately, for Indiana, there's your winner by fall, Chase Saldate, and now, and by criteria, the most victories would win. 133 pounds match, Andy Hampton versus Cayden Rooks, the senior, against the junior.
Okay, here we go. Shake hands.
Just explaining that again,
Good luck.
if Indiana were to win 3 more, making it 6 in a row, that first criteria is the number of victories. They'd have 6 over Michigan State's 4. Now, they're a long ways away from that, but it's possible.
Good, good. Snap your wrist, you're good.
Yeah, and you got one of the Rooks brothers. And 2 tough kids. You're going to miss them if you're the Indiana coaching staff.
Russell center.
Both NCAA qualifiers. You know, Cayden qualifying in 2021. So if you got a chance to do it, the Rooks are the guys you want to lean on.
Well, who else is going to miss it? Also, Ben and Michelle Crooks are going to miss all these years. That's their parents, and you know as well as I do that the parents miss it as much as the wrestlers.
Yeah, you blink and it's over. It's crazy, you know, wrestling at Michigan with my brother and cousin, and it blinks and then it's over. So I think the Rooks brothers are going to realize that when they're done, but Cayden doing a really good job on that high crotch. You know, recognizes the circumstance. I mean, he could keep it going for the Hoosiers.
Keep wrestling.
What's Cayden got to do here?
Stalemate.
Well, he needed to elevate that foot and keep it on his hip, but he's back to the center and he's ready to go. And I think Hampton too, you got to realize, you know, the circumstance as well. You know, in a match maybe you're not favored in, you know, doing a really good job wrestling tough here. You know, talking to a lot of the Michigan State guys, a competitor in the room, he just needs to translate it out on the mat.
All right, nothing happened. Stalemate.
Rooks spent the last 3 years at 141 pounds, down to 133, making room for Fongaro, who's coming up at 141, who also went down, all for the team, because at 149 is the other Rooks. And so Cayden Rooks, Fongaro, they all said, where do you need me? And making some sacrifices. Rooks, what he needs to do is get his own ties and get back in like he was on that shot. More attacks for Rooks, the better.
Yeah, and he needs to just create scrambles because he does so well in the scrambling position and scoring points. Both the Rooks brothers, you know, so hard to score on, and that could be another stall call.
Yes, really nice job by Rooks. He got that first stall warning without going out of bounds. That was huge. Now, by rule, as Hampton backed out and they went out of the wrestling circle, another stall, that's 1 point for Rooks.
Yep, and I mean, he's been the aggressor, so earned stall call there. And let's see if he can finish this time. He's got to hook that bottom foot or shelf it on his right hip, but Hampton doing a good job that crotch lift.
Got it hooked.
This could be a good position for him to get some back points too, Tim.
Got to push that knee.
Yeah, he's got to push that knee out, get his head on the opposite side, and end up in a Turk position. But as Hampton's doing a good job keeping his head trapped in. Now Rooks, he's got that Turk. And this is where he's really good.
Oh, nice job by Hampton there, because Rooks had that leg elevated and having turned.
Yeah, but it's not over. He's still got that leg trapped. He's got a good position, but now 3 seconds left. But good job by Hampton there, escaping that Turk position.
Second period choice is red.
Yeah, you see Rooks here. He's
Bottom,
got, you know,
defer.
hooks the leg,
Red defers choice.
pops his head out,
Green,
collects the
second
three-point
period choice.
takedown. Clinical
Green
textbook.
says bottom.
And he looked for the near fall, but Hampton does a good job rolling through. But 3 points for Cayden Rooks.
Good
On
first
red,
period for
hold
Cayden
for me.
Rooks. Came after it, made a couple of shots, got a warning for stalling, and then the call again for stalling, backing out. Big takedown, almost near fall points.
Red control.
So it's been all
One green
Cayden Rooks.
escape.
Escape for Hampton here in the second period.
Yeah, and like you said, Tim, he's got to get to his offense. And Rooks is so good when he's in on the legs, as you saw there. Short time, but another inside leg. It was a high crotch, head inside high crotch. but he's in that position again.
Neutral.
Looks like a replay.
Yep, replay, got to get his head out, but this time look for him to go a little bit slower and secure the near fall in that Turk position. He's got to get the head out. He does.
That's 3 red.
He's got that Turk. Let's see if he goes back to it. Hampton doing a good job fighting, and again, Hampton escapes.
Yeah, good job by Hampton there, because Rooks almost had that Turk again. Now he's got Hampton flat on the mat.
Yeah, and he's got his hand behind his back. And this is a tough position for Andy Hampton. And this is
The Hampton out of Rochester, Minnesota, Stony Creek High School. Redshirt sophomore, eligibility-wise, and like you said, they love what a competitor he is in the room, and he just has to translate it to the mat.
Well, he's got a good opportunity here. I mean, you're down 7-1.
Green, hold for me on
But
bottom.
I mean, by no match where you're outmatched in those positions, a couple small mistakes there, but he's got to stay in this match if he wants Michigan State.
Oh, he's got the cradle. Cradle is locked up. Would this be huge for the Hoosiers?
This would be massive. Oh! Cayden Rooks. He's got him on his back, and this would be huge for Indiana. Hampton doing a good job. He just needs to sink his knee in the side. But great job by Andy Hampton fighting through it.
Red, near fall.
4 more near fall points as we go short time in the second period. Love the aggression by Rooks.
Yeah, and it came out of nowhere. I think he recognized his knee was by his head, jumped at the opportunity. 4-point near fall, and now he's up 11-1. Yeah, it came out of nowhere. He realized the knee's by the head. He grabbed it, took it. Got the near fall and was close to a pin, but Hampton able to scramble out and fight out of it. A beautiful job there by Cayden Rooks.
Rooks starts on the bottom to begin the third period.
Yeah, I think he's definitely keeping that score in mind. He could give his team 5 points for a tech fall. He's already got the major secured. But knowing him and being a leader on this team, he's right back to the offense.
Improve on it. Still green.
And I think he's
awful close to the 2 reversal.
Yep, and there
He does. He gets the 2 reversal. Takes the score to 13-1.
Yep, and Angel wasting no time. Right on the edge here. Great fundamentals, clinical by Cayden Rooks, getting the reversal. And Angel Escobedo saying, let's waste no time. Let's go back to the feet.
So Rooks gives Hampton 1 more. It's 13-2 now.
He's got that technical fall in mind, but Hampton, good shot. Rooks has a lot of momentum.
Nice job of breaking the grip.
And he needs one more takedown or ride out to do it. But they're going to go for the takedown. Yeah, they're going for the takedown. Oh, but I thought he was going to go for the cow catcher there, but
big tech fall by the senior Cayden Rooks.
Oh, there's the crowd. Now you can hear him.
Now freshman Clayton Jones going up the senior 6th-year guy. The other side of the Rooks brother, Graham Rooks. You know this guy. He went to your high school, Central Catholic in Detroit. And he's a 2-time state champion on a record-breaking team going up against the Columbus, Indiana native Graham Rooks.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Michigan State, I mean, you lost 5 in a row, but you got a young, promising guy like Clayton Jones taking on, the in my opinion, should have been All-American Graham Rooks. But, I mean, what a huge match to end with at 149.
Now, Clayton Jones has not been in the lineup until Friday night. Seeing what he has and the whole bit, well, we know he has a lot, but this is a big spot for a young man.
Well, knowing him, he's a guy that rises to the occasion. So, I mean, not a guy that usually wrestles the name on the back of the singlet or the ranking. I mean, just goes out there and competes. And you saw that on Friday night, collecting his first win. I say first win in the lineup, first of many.
Oh, nice job. Good job of getting the foot down by Jones after Rooks had the leg. Rooks, as Malik says, a 3-time qualifier, a round of 12, lost in the blood round last year, almost on the podium. Coming back for his 6th year, ranked 15th. Won the Southern Scuffle as well. Indiana, a couple of champions, 3 finalists.
And he had that crazy All-10, Big Ten quarterfinal, him and Shane Van Ness, right down the wire. And then the match before that, taking out Caleb Henson, the All-American for Virginia Tech. So he's got the ability. You know, he's got the ability to get there. It's just a game of inches.
Not sure we saw this clearly after 184, but, you know, Soler's got the big win. We're going, well, got to have it. If they're going to have a comeback, Willem has to win at heavyweight, and he does in overtime. And then Michael Spangler at 125 gets a wild win. And then Rooks, Cayden Rooks at 133. And what we just saw there, the last second takedown by Fongaro. And now Rooks is looking for a first period takedown, but Jones getting high, getting up there. He's got the height.
Break, guys, I don't like that.
Yeah, and Clayton Jones, he's just so quick. And in the blink of an eye, he can just switch positions. And that's what makes him so good, so slick. And you rarely see him give up easy points, which makes him so good. Sometimes those high-velocity wrestlers, they go for broke and, you know, get themselves out of bad position, but not Clayton Jones. Good shot there by Rooks. Jones good in this upper body position too. Rooks has got to finish clean if he wants to take down Jones. And he's elevating, he's got to elevate that foot. Hook that foot. Run the pipe.
Whoa, nice job of coming down. 20 seconds left in the first. Rooks with a big takedown late in the first period.
Yeah, and he's just patient. You know, patient, saw the position, locked that leg out, wrapped around, and got the 3-point takedown. Veteran move by Graham Rooks.
Second period.
Yes, he had that single. Jones doing a good job keeping his hips back, but Rooks runs the pipe and realizes that leg is closed and collects the 3-point takedown.
Deferred to you. Deferred to you.
Graham Rooks, the big takedown there. Nothing better than getting a late takedown and a ride out in a period without any answer. And
Set, hold there.
that's why Graham Rooks has a 3-0 lead going into the second period. Jones chooses down. And Rooks going to let him go to his feet. 1 point for Jones. It's 3-1.
Talk about a room from 130 to 149. I mean, you got Chad Red, you got the Rooks brothers, you got Dan Fongaro. I mean, you think those guys are making each other better? And another good shot there by Graham Rooks, and collects another takedown.
Good fundamentals. Lowered his level, dropped down and got that leg and drove through the hips and got the takedown there for Rooks out in front, 6-1 now.
Break, guys. We're too close.
Yeah, and that's the veteran move, you know, not wasting time. Once the guy gets an escape, you know, letting up, realizing the position that they're in, even though a win does it anyways. I mean,
I don't think Angel's foot, his toe that he broke is probably bothering him at all right now.
Yeah, he's been on the mat more than some of the wrestlers. Hey, he's super excited.
Right control.
The newfound life.
No change.
By Indiana, like you said, we were talking about it after that Sellers win. I'm like, can they do it? They might be able to do it, and here we are. Yeah, great ride there, that claw ride too. So hard to stand up from.
Sunday afternoon matinee at Wilkinson Hall, and the fans are feeling this unlikely and very exciting comeback of 6 in a row. If Rooks can keep it where he's got it right now, all he needs is a win, and
wrestle in. One great escape.
Indiana will come all the way back from being down 18-0 to a win.
A good shot there.
Nice shot.
Clayton Jones, he's got to keep his head up. This is where Rooks is good. And goes for the big move. Wow!
What a way this could be.
goodness!
Boom!
Oh, my!
Will the senior ever forget this moment?
Oh, no way. I mean, I said take a bow. Dan Bucker